If you like our short stories, please like, comment, and subscribe. It all started as a viral trend. Just another app sweeping through social media like wildfire, popping up in hashtags, memes, and reaction videos. It was called Santa's Naughty List. The premise was simple. Download the app, enter your name, and it would tell you whether you were on Santa's naughty or nice list. Harmless, right? People loved it. Friends shared screenshots of their nice ratings with captions like, "Of course I'm on the nice list." Others joked about being labeled naughty, sharing memes of coal-filled stockings and devilish grins. It wasn't until Kaylee's disappearance that things started to feel wrong. Kaylee, a junior at Westfield High, was the first to vanish. Her best friend, Mia, had noticed something strange the day before. Kaylee was obsessed with the app, Mia told their group. She kept refreshing it, saying it was glitching. "What kind of glitch?" asked Ryan, their resident tech geek. Mia shrugged. "She swore it put her on the nice list the first time she checked, but now it says she's naughty." The group brushed it off. Kaylee was known for her dramatics, but when Kaylee didn't show up at school the next day and her parents reported her missing, the jokes stopped. By the time 3 more students had disappeared, everyone was talking about the app. News outlets started covering the story, but no one had answers. The app's developer was a ghost. No website, no support team, nothing. It had seemingly appeared out of thin air. For Mia, the fear hit home when she checked her own status. Her fingers hovered over the screen as the app loaded. She held her breath as the result appeared. Naughty. Her stomach dropped. She had been on the nice list just yesterday. Ryan, sitting across the table, noticed her pale face. "What's wrong?" he asked. Mia showed him her phone. Ryan frowned. "Let me see." He downloaded the app and typed in his name. "Naughty." "What the hell?" Ryan muttered. He handed the phone to Ethan, another member of their group. Ethan hesitated before entering his name. Naughty. "Okay, this is messed up," Ethan said, his voice trembling. "I was on the nice list yesterday, I'm sure of it." "Maybe it's just some sick prank," Ryan said, trying to keep calm. "Some coder messing with us for clout." "Then why are people disappearing?" Mia whispered. The table fell silent. That night, Mia couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at her phone, debating whether to delete the app. She didn't even know why she hadn't already. There was something about it, something almost alive. Just as she was about to press uninstall, her phone buzzed. A notification from the app. "You have 48 hours to atone for your sins, or you will be removed." Mia sat bolt upright, her heart pounding. The screen shifted, displaying a list of offenses. She stared in horror. Every one of them was true. Lied to her parents about her grades. Stole $20 from her dad's wallet. Betrayed Kaylee by spreading rumors about her. "No," Mia whispered, her hands shaking. "This isn't possible." She called Ryan, waking him from a deep sleep. "Check your phone," she said breathlessly. "What?" "Just check it." Ryan groaned but complied. Moments later, his voice turned panicked. "What the hell? It's showing all this stuff I've done. Things I thought no one knew about." They compared notes. The offenses weren't random. They were deeply personal. Things they had never shared with anyone. "It's like the app is watching us," Ryan said. The next morning, Mia and Ryan gathered their friends in the library. They pulled Ethan and Grace into the corner, whispering frantically about the app. "Someone's messing with us," Ethan said. "They're hacking our phones, tracking our lives." "Kaylee's gone," Mia snapped. "And so are 3 other people. This isn't just some hacker." Grace, the skeptic of the group, rolled her eyes. "Oh, come on, what are you saying? That Santa's actually out there punishing naughty kids?" "No," Ryan said grimly. "But whatever this is, it's dangerous." Mia glanced around the library, her voice lowering. "I did some digging last night. There's an old legend about something like this. It's not Santa, it's Krampus." Grace snorted. "Krampus? The Christmas demon?" "Laugh all you want," Mia said. "But he punishes people who misuse Christmas traditions. Think about it. The app is turning something innocent, Santa's lists, into a trap. It's punishing us for being naughty." "And what about the countdown?" Ryan asked. "What happens when the timer runs out?" No one had an answer, but they all had the same sinking feeling. That night, Ethan disappeared. His last text to the group was a single word: help. When they found his phone, the app was still open. The timer had hit 0, and his name was crossed out in blood-red font. Mia stared at the screen, her heart racing. We need to figure out how to stop this, she said, before it's too late. Ethan's disappearance sent shockwaves through the group. He had been there 1 minute and gone the next, leaving behind only his phone, the Santa's naughty list app still open on the screen. The red X through his name burned into Mia's mind as she paced Ryan's basement, where they had gathered to come up with a plan. This can't be real, Grace said, her voice trembling. People don't just vanish into thin air. Well, it's happening, Ryan snapped, his frustration boiling over. Kaylee, Ethan, and God knows how many others are gone, and we're next if we don't figure this out. Maybe we just need to delete the app, Grace said. I tried that, Mia said, shaking her head. It comes back. No matter what I do, it reappears on my phone. Ryan leaned against the wall, rubbing his temples. This isn't just an app, it's something else. Something supernatural. Okay, Grace said, throwing her hands up. Let's say you're right, and this is Krampus or some Christmas demon. What do we do about it? Mia opened her laptop, the screen filled with articles and forum posts about Krampus. According to the stories, Krampus punishes people who've been naughty, but the punishment is supposed to fit the crime. Maybe there's a way to fix this, some kind of atonement. Ryan frowned. Atonement? Like what? Making things right, Mia said. Apologizing, confessing, undoing the damage we've caused. It's worth a shot, right? Grace scoffed. You want us to confess every bad thing we've ever done? You realize how insane that sounds? Do you want to end up like Ethan? Mia shot back. They agreed to try Mia's plan. Each of them went home with a list of their offenses, tasks they needed to complete before their timers ran out. Mia started with her parents. Her timer showed 36 hours remaining, and every second felt like a weight pressing down on her chest. She sat at the kitchen table, her mother across from her, sipping coffee. Mom, Mia said, her voice barely above a whisper. I need to tell you something. Her mother raised an eyebrow. What is it? I lied about my grades last semester, Mia admitted, her cheeks flushing with shame. I told you I passed everything, but I failed math. I'm sorry. Her mother's face softened, and she reached across the table to take Mia's hand. I appreciate your honesty, sweetheart. But why are you telling me this now? Mia hesitated, unsure how to explain. I've been carrying it around and I needed to come clean. Her mother nodded, and for a moment, Mia felt a flicker of relief. But when she checked the app later, her offenses were still listed. The timer continued to count down. Ryan's task was more daunting. His offenses were tied to a scam he had run in middle school, selling fake tickets to a concert. One of his victims had been a classmate named Liam, who had saved up for weeks to buy a ticket. Ryan tracked Liam down, now a college student, and arranged to meet him at a coffee shop. Why are you here? Liam asked, his tone cautious. Ryan shifted uncomfortably in his seat. I came to apologize for the concert ticket scam. Liam's eyes narrowed. You think you can just apologize and that's it? No, Ryan admitted. I want to pay you back, with interest. He slid an envelope across the table, filled with cash. Liam stared at it, his expression softening. You've changed, he said. I guess I can respect that. Ryan felt a small sense of accomplishment as he left the coffee shop, but when he checked his app, his offenses were still there. What does it want from us? He muttered, his frustration mounting. Meanwhile, Grace refused to take the whole thing seriously. I'm not wasting my time on this, she said. It's just some elaborate hoax. But when her timer hit 24 hours, strange things started happening. The shadows in her room seemed to move on their own, and she began hearing faint jingling bells wherever she went. Late that night, as she lay in bed, her phone buzzed. The app had sent her a notification. Your time is running out, Grace. Naughty children don't get second chances. Terrified, she finally caved. Her offenses were tied to bullying a girl named Natalie in middle school. Grace tracked her down on social media and sent her a long message apologizing for everything she had done. Natalie responded quickly. I've been waiting for this for years. Thank you. For a moment, Grace felt relief. But when she checked the app, her timer kept ticking. The group reconvened the next day, their nerves frayed as their timers dwindled into the single digits. This isn't working, Ryan said, his voice trembling. We've apologized. We've tried to make things right. Why isn't it enough? Mia stared at her phone, the countdown slipping below 3 hours. Maybe it's not about just apologizing, she said. Maybe it wants us to face the consequences. What does that even mean? Grace asked. I don't know, Mia admitted. But we're running out of time. As the final hours ticked away, the group decided to return to where the app first appeared, their school. They hoped they could find some clue, some way to stop whatever was coming. The group arrived at Westfield High under a gray, overcast sky. The campus was eerily quiet for a weekend. The only sound the rustle of bare tree branches in the wind. They had agreed to meet near the school's old theater building, a place long rumored to be haunted, but now just another forgotten part of the campus. This is where Kaylee first showed me the app, Mia said, clutching her phone tightly. The timer on her screen read 2:15:32. Ryan checked his own phone. His timer showed less than 2 hours, and Grace's was just a few minutes behind. We're running out of time, he muttered. What exactly are we hoping to find here? Grace asked, scanning the darkened windows of the theater. Mia shook her head. I don't know, but if the app started here, maybe there's something, anything, that can help us stop it. The group stepped cautiously into the theater. Dust coated the seats and the air smelled of mildew, but it felt heavier somehow, like the space was charged with an unseen energy. As they explored, Ryan noticed something strange carved into the stage floor. A large circle filled with runes, the edges smeared with what looked like dried wax. In the center sat a single object, a small, old-fashioned bell with a red ribbon tied around it. Guys, Ryan called, his voice echoing. The others joined him, staring at the markings. What is this? Grace asked, her voice trembling. It's a summoning circle, Mia said, recognizing the symbols from her research. Whoever made this brought something here. Krampus, Ryan said grimly. Wait, Grace said, her voice rising in panic. You're saying someone actually summoned a Christmas demon to punish kids for being naughty? That's insane! Before anyone could respond, the bell in the circle jingled softly. They froze. A low growl reverberated through the theater, sending chills down their spines. The shadows around the room began to shift, twisting unnaturally as if they were alive. Mia's phone buzzed. She glanced down and gasped. Her timer had dropped to 0. No, she whispered, backing away from the circle. No, no, no! The room grew colder, their breath visible in the air. A figure emerged from the darkness, towering and grotesque. Its body was cloaked in tattered robes, its face a twisted amalgamation of horns, sharp teeth, and glowing red eyes. Krampus. The group stumbled backward, their terror paralyzing them. The creature's voice rumbled like thunder, deep and guttural. You have failed to atone. Mia clutched her chest, unable to look away from the demon's piercing gaze. We tried, she cried. We apologized. We tried to fix what we did. Words are hollow without sacrifice, Krampus snarled. You seek redemption without paying the price. Naughty children must face justice. Before they could react, the shadows lunged at Grace. She screamed as they wrapped around her, pulling her toward the circle. Help me! She shrieked, clawing at the ground, but the others were frozen in place. The shadows consumed her, and in an instant she was gone. Mia's scream broke the silence. No! The creature turned its gaze toward her. Your turn, it growled. Ryan stepped forward, his hands raised. Wait! He shouted. There has to be another way. What do you want from us? The demon's eyes narrowed. A price must be paid. To misuse tradition is to invite punishment. One of you must willingly take the place of the others. Only then will the rest be spared. The group exchanged horrified glances. Take our place? Ryan stammered. You mean sacrifice? Krampus rumbled. Mia shook her head violently. No, there has to be another way. Ryan's timer was ticking dangerously close to 0. He knew what would happen if no one acted. He took a deep breath, stepping into the circle. Ryan, no! Mia cried, grabbing his arm. I can't let you go, Ryan said, his voice steady despite the fear in his eyes. If one of us doesn't do this, we're all gone. He turned to Krampus. Take me. The demon tilted its head, its red eyes gleaming. You understand the cost? Ryan nodded. Just let them go. The shadows recoiled from Mia and the others, retreating into the corners of the room. Krampus extended a clawed hand, resting it on Ryan's shoulder. Your sacrifice is accepted, it said, its voice quieter now, almost reverent. The creature and Ryan vanished in a swirl of darkness, leaving the theater eerily silent. In the days that followed, the app disappeared from everyone's phones, as mysteriously as it had appeared. Kaylee, Ethan, and the others who had vanished never returned. Mia couldn't bring herself to tell anyone what had really happened. She carried the weight of Ryan's sacrifice, vowing to honor his memory by being better, by never taking the holidays, or her loved ones, for granted again. But late one night, as she lay in bed, her phone buzzed. A single notification appeared. "Do you think you've stayed on the nice list?"